And the reason why we fast from time to time is not that we have to fast, but at some point you gotta fast because you gotta tell the flesh who's in control. I'm in control. You're not in control. I know you don't want to wake up. You don't have an option. Get up. We trying to eat. There's a certain lifestyle we want.
Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me.
You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no, tell you stop, tell you quit. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined.
It might require you saying no to your friends. It might require you changing your diet. Whatever it takes, you got to be willing to do it. And you keep saying you're not there because of something else, because it's easier to blame somebody else. I have to take complete ownership. I had to look at all the things that I didn't have control over and say, I got to take control.
Why? When you master yourself, you put yourself in a position that a lot of people can't do what you do, and then you become rare. And diamonds are rare. That's why they cost so much.
You have to be willing to grit it out. You have to be willing to push through discomfort. Nothing that you're about to try or do that is worthwhile is going to be comfortable for you during the process of creating it. Stop with this hope, stop with this I wish, and start replacing those terms with I will fucking do, no matter what.
It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. Commitments don't have nothing to do with your feelings. You do it because you're supposed to.
It's a lifestyle. Instead of hitting that snooze button in the fucking morning and not making your bed and not cleaning your house, you don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house. You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. It's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow.
Make every day your masterpiece. The secret of your success is determined by what we do daily.
And here's the crazy part. All you got to do is look in the mirror. All you got to do is deal with yourself, and then we're going to get to a whole other level.
Embrace the pressure. Pressure creates diamonds. Start to take the pressure that you feel for what it is you want to do and turn that into productive action. Let it be the thing that makes you get where you want to go when everybody else is just taking it easy.
No more playing after today. I need you to take control over every single area, and we're going to do it one day at a time. And you're going to get control, and then someday going to be your day.
It's Winning Wednesday, and we're back. Another episode. We missed last week. Garrett was MIA, doing family stuff.
Doing dad duty, brah.
I was doing daddy duty. Hey, respect. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do what you gotta do. But we got a fun show for you today. I want to pick up where we left off before we started the show. Make a somewhat of an announcement. Kind of an announcement. Your boy might be lacing up the gloves again, Garrett.
I love it. I love it.
He might be stepping into the squared circle, into the octagon one more time.
That's pretty sweet, man. I'm excited. I'm excited if it happens. I mean, nothing
is finalized.
This is super ground level, kids.
Yeah, this is just in the beginning talks of something happening, and I don't want to give too many details. But I do want to pick up where we left off because we were having a really good conversation off air before the show about why this would be good for me, and I 100% agree. That's exactly what you said, and because I've wrestled my entire life. I trained MMA for many years. I was a very high level athlete, trained with some of the best fighters in the world. And the gym that I trained in, you can consider it the equivalent to a professional baseball team. You can equivalent to the professional NFL team because the guys that were in that room, the best of the best, especially at that time, Jim Miller was ranked number 2 in the world. He was my weight, whooping my ass on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what it takes to be in that kind of shape. I know the effort, the work, the time it takes to be fight ready. And because of that, I hate working out.
I know we were talking about that.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
one of my favorite quotes. I'm not even joking. One of my favorite quotes is from Muhammad Ali. Is I hated every second of training. I just loved winning.
Yeah, I mean that's how a lot of the guys are. You hear Tyson say that a lot too. He's like, I hate it. I hated it. I hate every second, but I hated losing more.
That's exactly what it is. It was for me. It was I did not want to lose. I was more afraid of losing than I wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a reality. Like I did not want to lose. So I worked my ass off so hard so that there was no shot. There was zero chance I was losing because I worked so hard to get ready for this fight. And now that I have no motivation to win a fight and compete, it's tough to find that motivation to go to the gym and work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the gym I'm going to the gym after this. I go to the gym 3 times a week. But it's not fun. Like I don't enjoy it. It's not, especially the workouts that I'm doing. It's not like the high intensity workouts that I was doing when I was fighting. It's just like picking things up and putting them down. I picked them up, I put them down.
I know, dude. I didn't lift for years, and then when I had my ACL done last year, and I couldn't train and I couldn't do anything I wanted. But I was like, I'm getting a little older, and I was like, I don't want to be a fat piece of shit. So as soon as they cleared me to like start upper body workouts, I hired a personal trainer, and then I've been consistent now for probably almost over a year. And I hated lifting. I'm like, dude, I just want to do jiu-jitsu and kickbox. That's fun. Like I sweat. You don't sweat and you don't get exhausted like anything else in the world. I have people coming in that are like, dude, I did triathlons, I've done, CrossFit, I've done this, and they're like, this is the most I've ever sweated in an hour ever. They're like, I was a gymnast ever. They're like, I've never they don't unless you do it, man. Like you don't get it. And I've had people that were like high level athletes, like college football players, college, baseball players, stuff like that. And then they come in and they're like, holy shit, what is this? Yep. And I'm like, dude, I know. And that's why lifting was always so like bleh for me. But I've gotten into it, more over the year. And the one thing that, I do well on my own is consistency. I'm constant. Like I've just one foot in front of the other. That's a thing for me. Like I don't compete. I'm competing against Father Time. So I'm just trying to, stay in shape.
That's the most important thing of doing anything is being consistent is not just starting something and leaving it a couple weeks later, like a New Year's resolution.
Or still doing it when it's not fun, or still doing it when you don't feel well, or still doing it when man, that's hard. That's discipline.
New Year's resolution, everybody makes them. Like I went to the gym yesterday. I was like, oh fuck, because I usually go on Mondays, but it was after the show. It was like 5 o'clock. I was packing in my stuff, and I was like, you know what? It's January 2nd, 5 o'clock. This place is gonna be a madhouse. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. And I'll go in the morning. So that's what I did, and I went in the morning expecting it to be a lot.
Less packed,
yeah. And it was not as packed as I expected. I got through, I got all my stuff and did everything I needed to do. Thank you. And it was a good day. But the point is, most people make these New Year's resolutions. They go for a month, they go for 2 months, and all of a sudden they have a gym membership that they're paying for every single month. And they don't fucking go because they're not consistent. They're not showing up. And you don't have to go and do it like we're saying. You don't have to go and do this intense workout, this high intensity workout, and put on this huge sweat and like you're competing. And I've gotten more comfortable with not sweating in my workouts because that's like something that's weird to me. Like,
so weird. It's so weird. Like it's funny you say that because like I would go lift and I'd be like my forehead would sweat a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, is this even working? Like, am I even doing anything? Because I'm used to like wringing out my shirt and being like, yeah, exactly. So, but it's funny though because like with my personal trainer, he would do things certain way. Some days I would sweat a little bit more, whatever. But like I've been working out probably the past like week, week or two on my own, and I just have a different pace. Like I have that grappling, like kickboxing pace. So even when I'm lift, like everything shoot. Like today, I was drenched through my sweatshirt because I got a hoodie on. I'm like doing it like I'm cutting weight, but I'm lifted and everything else. But that's just my speed. Like I don't want to.
So you can do a high intensity weightlifting workout and sweat 100%.
Yeah. But if you're going just heavy and you're trying to do certain things, you need the break. But like, I have such, I guess it would be like weightlifting ADD that I'm like, I should be doing something. I'm here to work out. I got 1 hour. Like, but that's my thing is like, I squeeze in a week's worth of people's workouts in 1 hour.
So yeah, that's
how my brain works.
I mean, it's tough for me because of my injury. I can't really do a lot of the things that I want to do in the gym.
Me neither. I just say fuck it, go.
And, I don't like lifting weight. Like when I was training, like I never lifted weights.
No, me neither.
It was never because I couldn't put on that kind of muscle mass. I couldn't put on that kind of muscle weight. Like it was just something that I couldn't really do.
Well, there's that balance, especially when you're trying to maintain a weight.
Yeah. Well, no, I was watching I shared it yesterday actually on my story. Joe Rogan was interviewing this guy, this black dude, and he's like, "Yeah, I tried wrestling for the first time, and
I saw that
freshman year of high school." And he goes, "Holy shit, dude!" He goes, "That is just nonstop like suffering, like,
it's like dude, it is.
It's like
I know.
suffering, and then it's like suffering, and then it's like more suffering, and they're so wrestlers are so mentally strong that they're like, all right." I really hate life. I'm suffering like to no end right now, but I'm just gonna push through. I'm just gonna do it. And it's true, man. Wrestlers are some of the most mentally strong people in the world. And
they go all in on embracing the suck.
Dude.
Well,
dude,
great wrestlers do.
You know a little more than the average person, the average non-wrestler, because you didn't wrestle. Your kids wrestle, but you didn't wrestle. You didn't go through that. You had friends that did, but you didn't go through it. I'll never forget. I've already told the story of, eating and weighing my food, but I'll never forget, like when you're cutting weight, dude, the high school that I was in, they had set thermostats. So you couldn't change the thermostat to raise the temperature higher. So unless the
custodian or whatever came in, had a key or
not just the key, but unless the room hit a certain temperature, the heat wouldn't pump on. Like it was set for that. So the sick fuck that my coach was. Now, meanwhile, I'm practicing. I'm wrestling. I got a sauna suit. I got a long sleeve shirt that's taped.
Yep.
I got a non-hooded sweatshirt that's taped, and then a hooded sweatshirt that's taped. And so there's no air getting out of my fucking sleeves. Sweatpants. I got Under Armour leggings, long johns. I'm doing it up. I'm sweating my balls off. I used to sleep with garbage bags. But my sick fuck of a coach, this guy, he'd go in the freezer because our wrestling room was in the cafeteria. So he'd go in the freezer, he'd get an ice pack, and he'd put it on top of the thermostat, this sick fuck.
That's a good idea.
The heat is now 90 degrees in the wrestling room. It's 90.
Yeah.
It's like hot yoga.
I know, dude.
But we're not doing stretching. We're beating the fuck out of each other for a couple hours. Then we gotta do the whole entire practice. And then my sick fuck of a coach, he ended the practice on spin drills. Like we have to do spin drills.
I know.
The worst. If I never do a spin drill ever in my life. If I never do a spin drill ever in my life.
He blows the whistle. He's like, spin drills, and everybody's like, oh.
The fucking worst.
I know. Especially when you're exhausted, like you're not even fresh.
Dude, dead. We start practice by running stairs. Like practice starts by running stairs. Like that's how we start practice.
I remember the high school wrestlers by us. You ever come up to where my high school is?
I went to Kittatinny to do a joint practice in Kittatinny.
Yeah, no, not Kittatinny, Jefferson, but like they would start the wrestling practice.
Like there.
Yeah, but like they would go, they're like, all right, go run down to the barn and back. And it's like Weldon Road, it's a mountain. So you got to run to the barn like a mile this way, mile back. And that was the start of the practice. And then you would get in and wrestle. And then sometimes, like, you would, see kids that had to cut weight after practice, they'd run to the barn and back. Like, yeah, it's not an easy task by any means, mentally, physically, etc.
No, that's how you start practice. When most people go run a mile and they're like, all right, but workout's done for the day.
Yeah, I know.
This is a warm up. This is a motherfucking warm up. This is a warm up. And I'll never forget, I got hurt my junior year. I separated my shoulder in practice around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. So you ate whatever you wanted your junior year?
No. So my freshman year, I was varsity as a freshman. And I was 6'1" as a freshman. I was dominating as a freshman, 125 pounds. I weighed in at 119, so my coach can maneuver, make some moves.
Yep.
And I was 6'1". I was crushing, and we had a half day at school, and we were going across. We had a match that night, so I was going to the deli at the Preakness Mall across the street from my school. And I went to go get a sandwich, and this kid, Dave Perez, I'll never forget, this fucking piece of shit, sneaks up behind me my freshman year, picks me up and slams me on the turf, separates my shoulder. Slams me on the turf. Turf is ice. There's snow on the ground. It's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen. It's like getting slammed on concrete.
Yes. So I separated my shoulder. Missed the rest of my freshman year. Was out. Then I wrestled my entire sophomore year. Made some regions. Had a great year. My coaches did not expect, or no one expected me to make. I actually lost. No, that was my junior year. But my junior year, I was hurt most of the year up until counties. And because of my previous years, I had a very high seed going into counties if I was wrestling. So my coach was like, "Hey, if you can get cleared, like you're gonna get a high seed, you might be able to win this thing." So I did everything I could to get cleared, everything. And I got cleared, and I was 11 pounds overweight the night before weigh-ins. 11 pounds.
It's a lot.
11 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
The night before weigh-ins. And we had a match that night. I didn't wrestle. I spent the whole entire time with my son
in the room
and a jump rope.
Yeah,
in the room.
Yeah,
heat on, just jumping rope, sweating. I was leaving sweat footprints.
Yeah,
Like there was footprints of my shoe and sweat on the ground. And I would start. I had to stop running because I was leaving sweat footprints. And I was slipping on the slick floors.
Yeah.
But it was all to wrestle in the county tournament, which I ended up winning. And 2-time county champ, by the way. But
just throwing that out there.
Just throwing it out there. And
what county were you? Passaic County?
Yeah. Passaic County. I'm from Morris County, but I went to Passaic County. Yeah. There was motivation there to work out and put in that work. Like now I'm a grown up. There's no reason for me to except for to look good and feel healthy. Like I've gotten to the point. That's why I started working out again, because I wanted to feel healthy and I was tired of feeling like shit.
Yep.
It's like I go there and I'm like, it's just me forcing myself to go. Like after this show,
your thoughts.
Yeah. It's like, oh fuck, I really don't want to go.
Yeah.
Which means you got to go.
Yeah, you do.
I really don't, but you gotta go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's like I have that back and forth with myself, and like it's funny. I'll finish the show. I'll sit down. I'll smoke another bowl, and I'll be like, fuck. I really don't want to go to the gym. I really don't. I really wish I could just sit home and not go. But I'll end up going. I'll end up being there, and I'll end up doing my workout.
Well, I mean, it's better to go and go through the motions than not go at all. And then the next level to that is to be able to get yourself to go with motivation and a goal and a drive, because then each time, I mean, it's stepping stones. You went from training hard to not training at all for years to getting back into it with a little motivation.
Until there's a dude, I would have had the same conversations with myself as a kid. I probably wouldn't have worked out as a kid if I wasn't trying to compete and win. Like, I probably wouldn't have, dude. I hated it. I fucking hate every second of working out. It's so boring. It's mindless. It's just picking things up, putting them down. Like, it's the worst. So that's why I'm excited that hopefully that this fight actually happens, because it'll give me motivation to fight. It'll give me motivation to win, because I'm not going out on pay-per-view, because it'll be a pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
And looking stupid. I'm going out there and I'm
stupid.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be a fucking monster. I'm going to be.
You better start hitting some pads there, Tum Tum.
I'm going to destroy, just fucking Hulk smash on somebody's face, and I don't care who it is. Whatever liberal cuck gets put in front of me.
Well, hold on. You didn't even get into that because you went off on your little wrestling rant for a second. But like, you didn't give the premises of what the fights are supposed to be.
So the fight is apparently it's a conservative influencers versus liberal influencers, which sounds great to me, because come on.
Yeah, well, call out Brooklyn Dad, bro.
Dude, so it's funny that you said that. It's funny that you
call
said
out Brooklyn Dad. East Coast rivalry, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go.
Dude, so the guy who the team I'm working with that's putting this together, he's like, do you have anybody in particular that you'd like to fight?
Do you have a pen and a piece of paper that is very long?
I said, I'll fight anybody, dude. Like, I'll fight pick who, I don't care who it is, I will fight them. But if you're giving me choices and there's options on the table, I doubt these people want to smoke. Like, I doubt they'll do it. I doubt that they'll fucking show up or even entertain the idea. But if you're asking me, man, I'd love to punch Talcum X or Define L's in the face.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to punch. Those are the two guys that I threw out there. I said Talcum X and Define L's, Brooklyn Dad.
Talcum X, that's fantastic.
Those are the two guys I would love to just punch in the face. If it wasn't conservative versus liberal, like, there's a couple conservative influencers I'd like to punch in the face too.
Yeah,
but liberal, because like, it's very difficult. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like he asked me, and I'm like, I don't know many like liberal like that would be even worth fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Talcum X in my head. I'm like, with that, like, I'll tie a hand behind my back and I'll fight the guy. Like, I'll fight him with one hand.
I know. I'm surprised I get anybody to step up.
I don't think Talcum X will step up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I was like, I doubt they'll even step up. Even Brooklyn Dad, I doubt he'll step up. And he looks like a big dude.
Yeah.
No, I doubt it. But I would love it. I would absolutely love it. It would be amazing. So I hope it happens, because if it does, I'm going to absolutely dominate, and I'm going to get into fighting shape again.
Yeah. As he hits his bunk.
Well, I would still smoke.
No, you would? Stop it. Who you telling?
Bro, we used to go and spar at AMA and go and smoke in Billy D's car.
I know.
Like, I didn't, because this is actually when I got arrested. But it was so I was not smoking at the time, but everybody else did. I wish I smoked. I also have microdoses. I wish I had microdoses when I was training.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard a lot about that. Like, I've heard like Joe Schilling talk about that, spar and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I was never into that. Like, you know, like the whole 10th Planet vibe where they're like, oh, let's smoke and train and blah, blah, blah. Like, for me personally, like, I'm like,
yeah, but you're not a smoker. Like for me, for the recovery, for like, depends on what I'm doing. Like, if I need to be high intensity and like, and like,
Randy
really
snuck in. You saw her at quarter. Did you see her? She's trying to be all stealth and shit.
Randy, get out of here. He-Man Woman Haters Club, and you're not invited. Love you, Rand. Yeah. Fuck, you ruined my thought process. I forget what I was saying. So it depends on what my purpose of training is. Like, if I'm just training just to train, like if I'm there in the gym, just like I don't have a fight scheduled and I'm just training, like I like especially training like sparring and jits. I love being relaxed. Like I love just flowing and being. 'Cause I'm not as stiff. I'm not as tense, and it helps me. It helps me in my training because that's one of my problems being a wrestler.
Overly aggressive. It tones you down a little bit.
It's not even that I'm overly aggressive. I was very stiff. Like my head.
Well,
my
everything is like go juice for 2 minutes straight. Then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
up,
like-
down, but it's a different pace.
Wrestling is not head movement. Wrestling is not snapping your punches. It's very stiff. It's like, all right, I'm collar tying. I'm holding that collar tie. I'm snapping your head over and over and over again. Motion. I'm not moving my head. My head is on your head to head. We're not going anywhere. So like I was a very stiff fighter for a long time.
Oh yeah. It
took me because then I wasn't smoking. So it took me a very
white as hell, so you have no rhythm.
None. Zero. Absolutely none. So, it took me a really long time to get comfortable to loosen up and like really snap my punches, to move my head, to dance around. Like I used to they called me little bastard at AMA because I would stand there and I would just walk through everybody and just punch them. Like they like Scott Fairlem, who's 225 pounds, double my size. He's the one who coined me with that nickname because he was just picking me apart from range because he's so big and tall.
He's big, dude.
He's like, dude, why the fuck won't you go down? Like, why won't you go down? Just go down. Just got beating the shit out of you. Just go down. Nope. Just keep coming.
Yeah.
Just keep coming. So it took me a lot of time. So once I started smoking and training, that loosened me up big time. I didn't have to work as hard at being loose. Even in jits, like jits, it's easier. You can pull off being a little stiffer because I am I'm not flexible at all. Like I'm very not flexible at all. That was a big issue for me in jiu-jitsu. I relied on my wrestling positioning more than my riding capabilities.
Well, that was your base. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You were integrating jiu-jitsu into your wrestling style.
100%. And but I wasn't very flexible, like putting triangles on people. Like I could do it. I could throw a triangle up and no problem, but it wasn't something that like I was like, you see some of these guys that just throw it up. So.
Oh yeah, no, the flexibility is a huge asset to get. But me doing jiu-jitsu now for almost 20 years, like I'm not super flexible either. But what I've learned over the years is if you're in the right angle, then you don't have to be as flexible.
I had to really focus on my angles. I had to really focus on my angles. I had to be out to the side with my triangle. Like you see people that
me too. I got short, stubby legs, man.
They just throw their triangles up recklessly, like you're watching. Like how the fuck do you even get close to connecting?
Dude, I know. I train with some guy. I train with guys that are like that. But it's the pros and cons of body types, right? Those lanky guys, they got so many pros, but there's a lot of cons, and a lot of time the cons are the little guys as pros. So
on top of not being flexible, I was very stiff because again, wrestling, it's like holding position. It was like, all right, I want to keep you there. So you're stiff. It's not about flexibility or movement. Like there's some wrestlers that were like that, had some really funky styles that did some really wild stuff.
Yep.
Ben Askren is a great example.
Well, those are those guys that are like I kind of put them in like that power wrestler category and the funk wrestler category or the lanky guy because a lot of times if you weren't that like short, stocky, power through everybody wrestler, then you had to be slick and use technique and then you had those super long gangly guys that have that like ridiculous wrist grip strength and you're like,
throw legs from everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean, different and styles make matchups, right?
But my point, 1,000%, and that's what was so great about MMA was putting all these styles together and matching them up against each other. That was the whole purpose of UFC in the first place. But my point was, even though I wasn't flexible, I was very stiff at the same time. When I would smoke, I'd loosen up. I'd be able to flow a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as stiff, and it really helped me. So I wish when I was training for fights and I was doing what I was doing, I was smoking a little bit more and enjoying myself. As far it would have been for recovery, for everything.
Yep. Wow, it's like everything else, man. It's all got its pros and its cons. No,
it definitely does. It definitely does. But I would love to train for a fight and be able to have the recovery of pot and the
CBD and all that stuff.
No, the microdose is like
on the microdose too. Yeah,
just the focus from the microdoses, just the focus. It's unbelievable.
If you can't tell, James has a problem focusing sometimes.
Oh, big time. Big time. You also can't tell. My nose is so fucked up from fighting. My nose is stuffy right now, and I just did one of those, and it all went into the back of my throat because my nose is so fucked up. I can't breathe at all. I can't smell things.
I know. I'm working on. I actually put a couple calls out last week. I'm trying to get one of them tests for the sleep apnea thing. So, what's it called? They have the little ones now, so you don't have to like be full Maverick. Like from like Top Gun.
I don't know if I could sleep with a full
Well,
Maverick.
that was the problem. Is like I'm like, there's no way. Like you see all these like strong men that they have to sleep with them because they're so heavy. So like my problem is that I've broken my nose like 6 times, and my neck is like the size of a tree. So it's like almost a 20-inch neck. So that weight sitting on me, I'm like a pug, when I sleep. So
she goes to me. She goes, James, you don't breathe when you sleep.
I know. Well, that ran. So same thing. She's like, you don't breathe. Yep, you don't breathe. So yeah, I know. So I mean, it's a gift and a curse having a big neck.
I don't know if they do them anymore. I don't know if they consider them healthy or good exercise anymore. But the amount of time I spent doing neck bridges, the amount of time that I spent doing neck bridges in my life, like I don't know if those are like you're supposed to.
No, they still do them. Well, if you grapple, you got to do something to make sure that's strong.
Yeah, dude, I would do the amount of time I spent doing neck bridges.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I'm not a big neck bridger. I've just been blessed with a thick neck, and I've just been grappling for 20 years, so it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And kickboxing and keeping your elbows and your shoulders in and your chin down.
Garrett, I truly believe that because I have a thick neck too, like I have a big head and a thick neck, and my neck is not as thick as it used to be. Like I used to be like this when I was fighting.
Well, because we're always like this.
But because I was doing those neck bridges and my neck was so strong, my car accident that happened would have been way worse if I wasn't training my neck.
Dude, my doctor said the same thing. I went through my windshield and my head was stuck in the windshield, and he's like 90-something% of humans would have broke their neck. Like your neck is so big, you hit it and it was like a battering ram, and you're so used to like boom. I had no seatbelt on. I literally pulled my head out of my
you look like a Lego character going through the window.
I did. Like you could see like because my hair was kind of stuck in there when I had hair. Like it was stuck in there. Like you pulled it out, and it was like Wilson on the ball, but like in my windshield. So, but he was like, dude, I mean, I dislocated my shoulder, but he was like, dude, your head was so big in your neck. He's like, you just stopped yourself. Like, yeah, well, I guess it had its perks, right?
Yeah, I guess it's nice being a fucking
bowling ball.
Do you remember Mike Madrano?
Yes, I saw him not too long ago.
That guy was a pit bull. That guy was
a tank, muscle shark
tank, dude.
Yeah, dude, I trained with him a couple times.
Dude, he's fun. Mike's an awesome dude.
He's a nice guy. He's such a nice guy.
I haven't spoken to him in years, but
I ran into him at a tournament probably like 5-6 months back.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Good dude.
He was fun to train with. He was a lot of fun.
But he's a little. I mean, what is he? 5'3", 5'4"?
Yeah,
he's shorter than me. Like way shorter than me.
And he'd rock you, dude.
And he's just like that.
Yeah. Oh, he's wider than he is tall.
I know everything's coming at you 100%. I've sparred with him a couple times, and he's just dude, coming at you.
Imagine sparring with him. So when I was training at AMA, this was back during the Spike TV days.
Mm-hmm.
This was Spike was running UFC.
Yep.
And I think Fox at the tail end of my career there had bought the UFC at the tail end, but the beginning at AMA it was Fox, or it was Spike. I'm sorry.
Spike, yep.
And before every fight, when a fight happens, you see the pre-fight interviews, right? Like they're showing them talking about the fight and what they feel, et cetera, and you see the training that's going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was during practice at the gyms that these guys had went to. So Jim Miller is in these main event fights on a regular basis. and they're showing up to do pre-fight filming. Oh, great. Cameras are there now.
Yeah, so everybody's turns
Cameras
it up.
are there.
No,
Everybody is going 120%.
I know.
Everybody is turned up.
And especially when every guy in that room is fighting for that spot, you know, they're trying to get on that stage.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're trying to be noticed 1,000%. Like, it's an individual sport at the end of the day, without a doubt. But so everybody's going full tilt. And so like you said, Mike Madrano, when he's sparring you, it's coming at you full force. Now
He goes full tilt if there's no camera.
No. There's another level to that. There's another level. Mike's got another level, dude. Mike's a savage. He's a beast. There's another level to that. And it's just like everybody. Like, there was some killers in that room, dude. There was some killers that would come in that room. And I'd get my ass kicked. Oh, my God. I was a small fish in that big pond. I was swimming around.
Khabib was training there for a little bit. Amanda Nunes was training there for a little bit.
Frankie Edgar would come up from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Weidman stopped by a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Charlie, Chris Weidman, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chris Weidman.
You had Charlie Brenneman. That's what I was thinking about. James Varner, Adlan Amagov. You had some absolute studs at that gym. Then you had guys that were UFC Ultimate Fighter veterans like Andy Main and Brian. What's his name? Fuck, he's really good at jiu-jitsu.
McLaughlin.
Yeah, McLaughlin. Thank you, Brian McLaughlin. He's a wizard at jiu-jitsu. The fucking professor, that guy.
You had Bellator guys. You had all.
Yeah, you had a couple of Bellator guys. You had Claude. You had a couple. Some real. This guy wearing show. Turn off your fucking phone. Have some.
I
show.
had it off. It's a potential spam from Canada.
Canada. So
Canada.
There was some killers in that room, and I was getting my ass kicked on a daily basis. But when you brought the cameras there, dude, it was another level. It was another animal. It like the sport. I'll tell you right now, some of the best hand-to-hand combat I've ever seen in my entire life that I got to witness was Jamie Varner and Adlan Amagov sparring with each other.
Yeah, they're animals.
Adlan, for those who don't know, he fought in the UFC. He trained with Khabib for a long time. They were very good friends. They were very close. They came over from Kazakhstan together. He fought in Dagestan. Yeah. I'm sorry. Fought in Strike Force many times. But this guy was throwing spinning heel kicks to the knee.
Yeah, he was a fight. Yeah, he was.
In practice.
I know.
He was a maniac, dude. He was a fucking maniac. So him and Jamie would go, because Jamie was the type of dude, like he was a WEC champ. He was ranked in the top 5 in the UFC. He was a very, very, very good fighter, Jamie. And Jamie was the type of dude that if you got one up on him, like if you landed a shot or you took him down, Jamie turns it up a notch.
Yeah,
he doesn't like that. So he would make sure that you knew, like, yo, I'm the big dog here. And he was awesome, dude. I love Jamie. He was such a.
But you have to have that level to be at a championship caliber.
Exactly, and that was the mentality that he had, and I respected it. So Adlan, he was very good, long and lanky. And he'd land shots, and he was a Sambo wrestler. He was very good on the ground, just like Khabib is. And he'd land some shots. So him and Jamie were going back and forth. And there was times where these guys would be sparring in the entire gym. Like, we're talking professionals, guys that are
just stopping like, oh, shit.
Why? Because it was so intense and so insane. Like, Constantino would have to stop them because it was so intense and so insane, the sparring that was going on. Like, yo, guys, like, this practice, like, we're just here. Like, Mike would always say, I loved how Mike ran practice. He goes, hit as hard as you want to be hit back.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how Mike would say it. And
I used to say to my guys too, remember, like, if you're gonna give it, you gotta be able to take it.
Here's the thing. My issue was, like, I'd go against these big fish. Yeah. And they were much better than me. So I wouldn't land a lot. I'd land, but I wouldn't land a lot. And but I'd occasionally land something, and I'd be really nice. Like a nice overhand right, and I'd fucking slip a punch, land a real clean overhand right, really sting a guy. and they would be going like real light on me because I didn't land, so they didn't know how hard I wanted to get hit. They wouldn't be going to hit me as hard, and then I land a punch. Like, oh, this motherfucker,
Exactly.
Like, I'll never forget. I landed a spinning back fist on Jeremy Platt, rest in peace. Jared. I'm sorry,
Jared.
Yeah, Jared Platt, great wrestler. I landed a spinning back fist on him, the cleanest spinning back fist I've ever landed in my entire life, and he's much bigger than me. He was much bigger than me.
Great wrestler too.
Unbelievable wrestler. Unbelievable wrestler. One of the best wrestlers I've ever seen personally.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it, dude. After I landed that spinning back fist, he fucking put it on me, dude. I got the shit kicked out of me. I was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have landed that. I shouldn't have fucking done that. And but that'll happen, dude. Like it's
what happens. It's training.
My striking coach Amr, Muay Thai coach at AMA.
He's got his own school now.
He's got his own school now.
It's up past me a little bit.
He does Muay Thai now. He's got his own school. He's Jim Miller's striking coach. You'll see him in Jim's corner at the UFC. But I'll never forget it. I was switching from orthodox to southpaw. I was making that transition because I wrestled with a southpaw stance.
That's the hardest thing is like a lot of times wrestlers are right leg leads when they're righties sometimes for some reason. So they actually, even though they're right-handed, like a lot of wrestlers I've trained over the years, they end up like, even though they're right-handed, they fight southpaw because their shot's just so much better from that side.
I could shoot from both sides.
Most people can.
And I wrestled from both sides and I would switch it up a lot. But I always started with my right foot forward. I always started. I always felt more comfortable that way. So my first 3 fights were orthodox. My last 2 were southpaw. First 2 fights were orthodox. My last 3 were southpaw. And I was making that switch, and I had my hands down. I was able to throw my hands pretty good. They felt really good. They actually felt better than when I first started throwing hands orthodox.
Yep.
So I'll never forget when I was training the first time hitting mitts, I was like, yo, why am I so slow? Like, I don't know how to throw a punch. Like, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. When you first start hitting, you think you're a tough guy and you first start hitting mitts, you're like, no, this is embarrassing.
I look like a fool.
Yeah,
yep, I know, man. People think it's easy.
Your ego, you're like, oh, I've been in fights. I've fought many people. Like,
not real people though. Like schmucks.
You know how to throw a punch. You know how to throw a punch. You have no fucking clue what you're doing.
Yeah.
And but I remember talking with the guy that I was training with and throwing hands with. I was like, dude, like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, my right hand is my power hand for sure, but like my footwork doesn't feel right. He's like, oh, you'll get it. You'll get it. And then when I switched to southpaw, I was like, it clicked. I was like, this feels right. This feels a lot more comfortable moving around.
I'm a big proponent. I tell everybody, pick a side that you're comfortable with, whether it's righty or lefty. Really hone that skill, and then I don't care if you switch your feet, because then you should be able to apply the footwork and the head movement to both sides.
So my hands felt really good when I was orthodox when I started.
But your kicks probably felt like shit.
My feet felt weird. My feet even my kicks felt great. My kicks felt great. They felt better. My kicks felt great. Better orthodox. I did southpaw, and that's what I was working with Amr. Amr was teaching me how to throw my kicks from the orthodox position. He's like, all right, dude. Now that you're a southpaw, and if you ever fight an orthodox guy, you should be jamming inside leg kicks all day, all day jamming inside your front leg, just bang, 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 bang. So I'm working this technique all day in sparring. Hitting on everybody. I'm sparring with Amr. Now it's my turn to spar with Amr. So I go up with him. I hit him with the inside.
He's a big guy too.
Big dude. And long and lanky. One of those really
very
long.
lanky.
And he's very good at striking. And he's very good at using his length. So I hit the inside leg kick. Boom, nail it. I'm like, sweet. I'm getting good at it. I'm feeling nice. And I could see Amr's face. He's like, oh, nice. James is using the technique I'm working on him with. Boom, I hit it again. Like, oh wow, he's actually fucking nailing it. Like, he's getting good. He looks sharp. But if he throws it again, I'm going to kill him.
Yep.
My dumb ass, I threw it again. Amr steps back and throws a fucking kick as hard as he could, and I block it. I thought I broke my arm, dude. I broke my arm through shin pads and everything.
Well, I know. I've been there. I've snapped a forearm.
You snapped your forearm getting kicked?
My left forearm getting front kicked.
That's what I thought. As my left forearm, I thought I snapped.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I have
A shitty tattoo.
right here. Yeah, this is older than you. This tattoo. This bump is where it snapped and then it healed over. So now my vein sticks out there.
That's crazy.
I took a front kick from a big guy, and my forearm caught it right there, and it just went.
Yep, that's what I thought happened. I literally just like broke my arm.
Yep. Shin on shin, bone on bone, man.
He had shin pads on, and I felt
Don't matter.
Still thought I broke that shit, dude. That shit was swollen for a month.
Oh yeah, my buddy, the kid that broke my arm, had shin pads on too.
But the point is, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. You have to do things that you're not comfortable doing. You have to
for growth.
Put yourself around people that are better than you, and do things that you may not want to do. In many cases, you may not want to go and do some of these things, and at the end of the day, it'll probably help you. It'll probably make you better. Like, I don't want to go to the gym after this. I have no interest.
That's why I went to the gym before this.
Well, it's 9 in the morning when we start. I'm not.
No, I know. We're in different time zones, people. So I'm at the gym at 9 in the morning.
Normally, I go to the gym at 9 in the morning. That's 9, 10 in the morning is when I try to go to the gym. But because we're doing the show, I put it on hold. That was a thing that we had to discuss when we were making the show.
I was like, listen, motherfucker, I go to the gym more consistently than you. You're working around my gym schedule, not yours.
You run a gym, motherfucker. So fuck you. That's not fair. It's not fair.
Listen, consistency. And I pulled the old man card. I'm like, I'm older than you. And this is just how it's happening.
Seniority.
Fuck you, man.
Fuck.
Yeah. Pull and rank. Pull and rank. Gotta do it. Hey, every once in a while, man, you gotta pull the rank. So, but we made it work, and hopefully you guys are. Yeah, and here we are. We're just chopping it up, talking stuff. But
most important reason why we're here, though, the most important.
Yes, it is. Guys, go check out our other podcast, man.
Go check out our other shows where we gangbang on the government a little bit, like
all day.
People are in the chat on Foxhole right now. That Carrie Lake is appealing panel of judges. And breaking news: Carrie Lake appeal panel of judges set date. So that's happening.
That's working in there.
The whole shit show in the
Speaker of the House
situation. Me and Alan covered it on our show last night in great detail. We talked about the NFL situation. I still pray that this kid's alive.
Yeah, I mean, me and Steve were doing our Monday episode, and we were speaking about that and going through the roll call of all the soccer players and everybody else dropping, and like literally as soon as we were done recording, I get a text and Steve's like, dude, Buffalo Bill, bang, hit the ground. I'm like, yeah.
I was watching it live. Dude. And it's gonna get a lot more real, and we're gonna.
Why do they have feds outside the hospital? That's my question.
I don't know.
They don't have police. They don't have anything. Like they set up like Fed commands outside the hospital.
So I said yesterday on the show. I pray that I'm wrong. I pray that this kid's alive. I pray that he makes it through it. He's not brain dead. He makes a full recovery. I hope he's able to go back and play the sport that he loves to play. And he's a story of a kid who wasn't supposed to be where he was and made it. Like he was a 6th round pick.
Yep.
6th round picks aren't guys that make teams in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
They usually are in practice squad or go and play in Canada or in Europe.
Yeah.
And he's playing pro ball for a living, making millions of dollars. He hasn't even gotten really a big contract yet, but he's getting paid.
Yeah.
And he's starting on a team that's fighting for a Super Bowl. So his dream is fulfilled. And I feel so bad for these guys because he wouldn't be able to have this opportunity that he has if he didn't get the thingy that we can't say on this show.
No, if he wasn't coerced into getting the thingy that we can't talk about on this show.
And,
it's like Voldemort. He who shall not be named.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is, man.
Exactly.
And it's sad that we're at the point that we have to use our secret decoder rings on just to speak our minds on, things that you should be asking questions about, because there's so many things going on with it that you'd be an idiot not to ask the question.
I was watching Pat McAfee yesterday. He was talking to Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers, he didn't say anything about what he thinks it is. He just was showing empathy and sending positive energy towards him and the family, and prayers towards him and the family. It's like a brotherhood to them. I get it. I get it. And I think, unfortunately, they know the answer already, and they haven't announced it, because it's one of two things. Now, Pat McAfee said it was a routine hit, which I agree with. It was a routine tackle. It was not a hard hit. I played on our show the other day. I played on our show actually yesterday.
The hit?
And no, not the hit. Not the hit. But hold on. I played it yesterday on the show. And where is it? Here we go. Like, these are big hits. Look at these guys.
Oh yeah.
They're getting killed.
When you're taking a lot of hits out, do it to you. Oh, right on.
It was far,
little Nelly getting started in the morning.
It was far from a hit like that.
Oh yeah, no, there's some murderous hits in the NFL. I mean, dude, this is the other thing. You have like linemen that are the size of Volkswagens running like 4.40s. So you literally have humans the size of Volkswagens running at 30 to 60 miles an hour at somebody. It's insane.
Garrett, my point is, it was a routine hit. It was a regular tackle. It was not a hit like that.
No.
He's a 24-year-old kid in the top 1% of body type, like athlete, conditioning, like everything that goes along with being a peak athlete.
Best trainers and a great organization, the best rehab facilities, the best.
Millions of dollars spent on their bodies. Millions.
Yeah, I know.
Millions. And you could see him. He gets up and just collapses. That doesn't happen. It doesn't. Like I've been watching a lot of football my entire life. I've been watching football. I know a lot of people that have been watching football since before I was born. Probably two of my lifetimes worth of football. I know people that play football that have never seen this happen. Nothing like this has ever happened. And I think they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because if they announce that he passes, they're going to have to figure out why he passed away, because it's never happened. And what caused him to pass away. And it's either going to be the thing that we cannot say on the show, which would be very bad for their narrative.
Oh, yeah.
Or the other option is the hit caused a disruption in the heart, which I don't think is the case. I don't think that happened. But that's the only other option. Like, he didn't just collapse out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those two things. And if they say it's the hit, it's going to be very bad for the NFL. Someone's a young player just collapsed on the field and potentially passed away. That is a terrible look for the NFL. A terrible look. They're already having issues with parents not wanting their kids to play the sport. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So they can't say they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I don't know what they're going to do. I'm very interested to see how it plays out. And like I said, I pray that I'm wrong and he makes a full recovery and he's actually fine and his vitals are okay and the reports that we're hearing are true. I pray that that's the case. I really do. I hope he's okay. I don't wish this anybody, but unfortunately, I think it's just the beginning. I think we're going to see it a lot more. We've been seeing it on soccer fields. But this is the
We've been seeing it all. We've been seeing it for 2 years everywhere else, but that stuff's not on everybody's radar. This was modern day gladiators. I know. It's
Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Modern day gladiators, man.
Everybody was watching, and it wasn't like it happened off camera, like off frame. And well after the player on the sideline, like it was like he made the play, he stood up, and the camera was panned right. The sky cam was hit him right there.
Yeah,
and it's in everybody's face, and reports are coming out. The NFL players are scared.
They have every right to be.
Yep, and people should be. People should be. Young people.
These are people that are peak athletes that have dedicated their whole lives to be in the best shape and be the biggest, strongest, fastest, and healthiest they can be in this thing. And then they had something forced upon them. And now you're seeing people, we've seen it with already multiple athletes that have to take early retirement because they can't run and they're having issues and so on and so forth. But besides, I know we're in a culture of like, famous people, but I was saying on our show, my other show, and I've been saying to just people in general that I've been speaking with, there's so many regular people I know that have had an issue or died.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah,
that I know that have passed from he who shall not be named. Okay, and have had heart problems, blood clot problems, stroke problems. In my circle of people that I can touch, or maybe another outer ring or an outer ring, but I know them personally. And I've seen this going on for 2 years now. And I know me and you have said it 1,000 times, even though we were super against it. And if you want to get it, whatever, freedom of choice, etc. But we were always saying what's really, really bothers us is it's people we know and love that were duped, and they're going to have to pay for the repercussions. Well, that's what we were talking about too, like California passing the Misinformation Medical Act the other day.
Don't even get me started, Garrett.
But it's like I find that timing. But no, I know, but I find the timing very, very funny that literally the day before, and then this happens, or even same day, right?
Well, they're already fact checking this event that happened in the NFL.
Oh, I know. It was within minutes. Within minutes, if you follow what's her name. You've had her on your other show, Tora Brooke.
Yeah,
they fact checked her post, and it didn't even like have anything like serious to do about it. Like within minutes,
I created a new Instagram account and a new Twitter account, so I can get around this shadow ban because I'm still censored on Twitter.
Yep. And
my new Instagram account. Already getting fact checked with the January 6th fact check that I get hit with on every single one of my posts.
Yep.
Already fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pointless to even try to build it. It's like, all right, cool. Yeah.
I know it's tough. Well, that's what I told you. I got 3 90-day, bans or whatever they do. They give you the 90 thing. Oh, we're going to come in your I got 3 of them in a week, and I've just been posting my kids wrestling and him drawing on shoes.
Dude, look at my feed. I don't post anything anymore. I literally post just flyers. Like, it's like, all right, here's a flyer that nobody's going to see.
See, I know, man. It's insane, right?
Yep.
On that note, guys, subscribe to this channel. Go over to our Rumbles. Go over to our Cloud Hubs. Go over to James's Foxhole. Go over to our Facebook pages and help us beat the bands, man.
Yeah, come and hang out. Subscribe, share. Sharing is comment. All those things help us beat the algorithm. All those little things go a long way. We really appreciate everybody that tunes in and listens. But they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us?
Yep.
That's how it goes.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Yep, that's right. Tune in, though, every Wednesday with me and James, though.
Yeah, tune in. Tune in Monday, Tuesday, and Friday live with me and Alan. Wednesday with my man G Money. And then he's got a show that releases every week, pre-recorded. Once a week. Tune in, hang out.
Check out them. Head over to Sergeant Sam.
Yep. But yeah, it was fun, Garrett. We'll be back next week. Hopefully he doesn't miss. We can get 2 shows in a row.
But we should be good. I should be good, man. My kids are at school full time now.
Oh, sweet. No one's got.
So I got my middle day.
Holidays are over.
Yeah, I'm back on my hustle. My word for this year is intensity. I'm bringing the intensity, my man.
Let's go. Bring the intensity as I yawn.
Yeah. So get it together, James. Let's go. On that note, kids, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, man. It really helps us. And go, like we said, go check out our other shows that we do this show. So you guys go watch that. So you can bang on the govy.
Yeah, it's way more fun. We just kind of shoot the shit over here on Wednesdays. Just have some fun with you guys. But our real shows are Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. I hope you enjoyed this. We're gonna bring on some guests. I think Alan's gonna join us one Winning Wednesday soon.
Perfect. We should get Alan on. We should get Nick on, and then I can get my buddy Cornell on too. He's done a couple books.
We could do a couple things.
Excuse me.
So we got a fun New Year planned. I hope everybody has had a great New Year, and we'll be back next week. Until next time, guys. Peace.
You want to exercise your freedom on the world, but you don't want to exercise it on yourself. Oh, you'll shut the world down for telling you what you can't do, but you won't say nothing to you when you don't do what you're supposed to do. You're not getting up when you're supposed to get up. You procrastinate, but you let you slide. You want to hold them accountable? Hold yourself accountable too.
You always want to blame other people. You want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire.
There are things you like, you have absolutely no control. You are like a slave to you.
You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? And you need to get rid of them excuses, and you need to stop pointing fingers at people. And you need to start pointing fingers at yourself. What did you not do?
And the reason why we fast from time to time is not that we have to fast, but at some point, you gotta fast because you gotta tell the flesh who's in control. I'm in control. You're not in control. I know you don't want to wake up. You don't have an option. Get up. We trying to eat. There's a certain lifestyle we want.
Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me.
You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no, tell you stop, tell you quit. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined.
It might require you saying no to your friends. It might require you changing your diet. Whatever it takes, you got to be willing to do it. And you keep saying you're not there because of something else, because it's easier to blame somebody else. I have to take complete ownership. I had to look at all the things that I didn't have control over and say, I got to take control.
Why? When you master yourself, you put yourself in a position that a lot of people can't do what you do, and then you become rare. And diamonds are rare. That's why they cost so much.
You have to be willing to grit it out. You have to be willing to push through discomfort. Nothing that you're about to try or do that is worthwhile is going to be comfortable for you during the process of creating it. Stop with this hope, stop with this I wish, and start replacing those terms with I will fucking do, no matter what.
It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. Commitments don't have nothing to do with your feelings. You do it because you're supposed to.
It's a lifestyle. Instead of hitting that snooze button in the morning and not making your bed and not cleaning your house, you don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house. You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. It's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow.
Make every day your masterpiece. The secret of your success is determined by what we do daily.
And here's the crazy part. All you got to do is look in the mirror. All you got to do is deal with yourself, and then we're going to get to a whole other level.
Embrace the pressure. Pressure creates diamonds. Start to take the pressure that you feel from what it is you want to do and turn that into productive action. Let it be the thing that makes you get where you want to go when everybody else is just taking it easy.
No more playing after today. I need you to take control over every single area, and we're going to do it one day at a time. And you're going to get control, and then someday going to be your day.